Okay, I already did this once, and I was stuttering way too much, so I felt like I had to do it again. I don't even want to do an intro because I don't know how to start this, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, this is PDL Draft League, uh, Professional Draft League. This is the National Dex side of things, and this is my week one game against units. We have the matchup here. So the matchup is tough, but it only took me maybe at the fourth mon where I realized, oh shit, this is actually a tough matchup. I think because I was just really invested in my mons and I was just really excited to actually build with them. Because I've got some of my favorite mons here. Feeny is the one that I always love using in national decks and it was my first pick. Kartana is one of my favorite mons ever, here in black. I was surprised to see was allowed, but obviously it's Dragon Dance's complex brand, but it's still cool. Um, Mega Beedrill is something I've always wanted to use, and I always like using those obscure, not really good megas. But Beedrill is good in this game, especially with that 145 base speed tier. Moltres is just all reliable. Bronzong I don't really like too much, but it's been so long since I've used it that um, I I ended up picking it up, and it was good as well because I think my Hatterene got sniped. But Bronzong actually fits the role better anyways, and being a steel type as well. And then Donphan is all reliable. And then I had like two sentimental mons with just Cacturne, like a really cool Pokemon that I like the design of. And he's just he's my boy. And then Raikou is a mon that was on my first ever draft team, my first ever like draft squad. It was a Gen 8 draft, and I don't even know how or why, but it was like really good, which is surprising because Raikou is a fraud. And I mean, it was so much a fraud in this game that it didn't show up as well here. But yeah, I mean, Eunice has like really big. Eunice has like just a very generally good national dex team. But Dragapult, Mega Scizor, Landorus T, Clefable, Heatdom, like those five, like like, you just see those on every single national dex team. I feel like, um, and Pukimoku can be annoying. Nihilego is really good in this matchup as well. Breloom actually is annoying with bullets into Feeny, fighting move into Kartana Karen Black, and rock move into like Beedrill and Moltres and things like that. Um, and then Thwacky and Perugly, which units literally, I think he got both of them in Grace, specifically for me because he was like, oh, because I think I was like joking to him about how he can't run sleep strats that he usually runs against me and like in other metas, like 35 folks. Um, because I have Misty Terrain, and he was like, "All right, bet." And then he got Grassy Terrain, so he can track my Misty Terrain. And then he already has Spore of Berloon, but now with Brugly he has Hypnosis. But yeah, I figured like I figured the first 6 malls would come. Um, but yeah, let's move on to the team builder. So here's the team. First of all, we have Billie Eilish, the Mega Beedrill. Obviously, I had Poison Jab just to hit Breloom, Clefable, Pukimoku Poison it even, Thwacky and Barugly, and then knock off to Oko Dragapult and just remove items, remove Heavy Duty Boots, Rotom Heat, uh, and then I had U-turn for pivoting. And now Sunny Day is sort of a funny like heat pick. I initially had Pursuit, but while I do believe that Specs Dragapult is the best set into me, and it does just absolutely cook my shit. I feel like Scarf, there's good reason for that as well, because Beedrill obviously can't run a Scarf itself, so Scarf Dragapult can outspeed and Echo Beedrill. And I know units. Units, I think Scarf Pult is very units. So I opted for Sunny Day instead, uh, which helps our Kieran Black, which is AV mixed with Weather Ball. Weather Ball obviously can go, I think even max HP, max PDF Scizor with these EVs. the 116 special attack EVs is to also go Dragapult always if it's not invested in bulk with Ice Beam. And I tried to spread the EVs as best as I could to live hits like Bullet Punch, Scizor, like +2 Bullet Punch, and also Specs Dracometer Dragapult. I think what I ended up with was a set that almost always lives Dracometer from Specs Dragapult. So not guaranteed, but very much in my favor. And I always go back with Ice Beam, and I think maybe I live some rolls of Bullet Punch at +2 or some shit like that. Obviously 224 speed EVs to hit the 310 speed mark, which is just about faster than Lunder's T. Earth Power with Terravolt can kill the Rotom Heat. Ice Beam was good, obviously, and then I had Fusion Bolt to hit things like Pyukumuku, which is it's really good into, and also like Spidef Clef doesn't like taking Fusion Bolts from Clear and Black. So yeah, and I think it also 2-hit KOs Perugly if it's not invested in any bulk. And then we have my best answer into Scizor, which is Tapu Fini, Calm Mind, Drainicus, Whirlpool, Taunt. So with Scizor being naturally slower than Fini, I figure I can always Whirlpool it and then Taunt it, and then stop it from getting any roosts or SDs. And so I can just Calm Mind in front of it and set up and possibly sweep even. It's also good into Clefable, into trapping that as well. And I obviously didn't want to run Scald when I had Misty Terrain up. And Whirlpool Drainicus is just good in general. 12 speed EVs just to outspeed anything that's trying to speed creep me like Scizor. And yeah, like I said, Taunt is just good to taunting Pyukumuku, which is big, as well as Clefable, like Calm Mind or Rocks or whatever. And then we have Ana de Cartmas, my GOAT, Kartana. So Kartana obviously had to come this game, but I just wasn't sure exactly what set. I wanted to go, or initially I thought of Scarf. The problem was, although I do outspeed a lot of things with Scarf and it's good for that, I couldn't find any situation where I felt like there was a move that I would be happy spamming and, killing them on and then getting that snowball sweep with Beast Boost. Especially with the way Eunice's team is. But I knew I wanted some sort of speed boost. And then I figured, wait, TIMID Kartana is actually a thing, and I've never tried it before, so I really wanted to try it here. And week 1, like, bring your heat sets and just test the waters a bit. So I said, fuck it, let me bring TIMID Kartana. It can be pretty good here. +2 Sacred Sword, even from TIMID, can actually do a KO max HP, max defense, Mega Scizor after rocks. That's good. Obviously, Leaf Blade is good into most things like Landorus, Pyukumuku, Perugly, and probably obviously Sacred Sword as well. And then Smart Strike, so I can still hit Clefable and also hit Dragapult with a good stab move. Item wise, I don't think it mattered too much. I had Clear Amulet for Landorus. Then I thought I sort of want Lumberry just to have a Mon that can at least stay in on Hypnosis from Perugly and take advantage of that. So yeah, I landed on Lumberry. Now I was really scared with Kartana because having, when I set the IVs to 19 to make it 347 attack, so it's 1 slower than 348 speed, whenever I'd leave the builder and come back, it would always revert back to 31 IVs, and that made it 358 attack, which I was really scared that would happen in game as well. And I triple checked it, and it just kept reverting back. But then I realized if I just stay on the builder, then it always stays at 347 attack. So what I did was, for the game, I opened a new tab. I stayed on this one with the Kartana's page on the team builder, and then just joined the game in the other tab. And thankfully, it was a 347 attack, which was good. Now moving on to Donphan. Donphan, I felt like just had to come here just because it has that sturdy, and Boots always guarantees it. Also remove hazards for Beedrill and Kyurem, especially. And if I ever needed it to kill something in a pinch or revenge kill something, say an Hiligo snowballed or even like yeah, even like maybe Specs Dragapult was like destroying me. So yeah, high horsepower because Thwacky's grassy terrain, and then Ice Spinner to also get rid of that grassy terrain, but also hit like Breloom and Landers as well. Manage to hit Rotom Heat, and then just spin to get removal. And then my last mon is LeBronzong, being my dedicated lead. So obviously I had Stealth Rocks on it, just because Rocks are really big in this game. Can help reveal if Rotom Heat is ability shield or boots. It can also limit like Dragapult switchings if it is indeed Scarf or Specs. And it also just puts things in range of Kartana's Swords Dance. So I think Specs Dragapult actually like still has rolls to kill Max HP, Max Speed F, Bronzong. So obviously I had to put the Cassib Berry, and I figured I can live a Shadow Ball with Cassib Berry and not Max Speed F. So the 120 attack, I learned that means I can 2 KO Clefable with Heavy Slam, even Max HP, Max Defense. Also, obviously also good at Inhaligo, which Bronzong is really good into. I went with Heat Proof because with Donphan, Kartana, and Feeny, like these three are pretty good into taking EQ from Landorus, even Kieran Black to an extent. So I went in for Heat Proof for it to be like a half check to Rotom Heat, because the main one is obviously Kieran Black, especially since he doesn't care too much about getting wisped, since it's mainly a special attacker in this game. But yeah, Bronzong with Heat Proof is like a half check. Payback can do a lot of damage back to Dragapult after it Shadow Balls me, or even Overheat from Rotom Heat. And then Psychic is just good neutral damage into like Breloom, into Rotom Heat even. But yeah, that's a team, so let's get into the game. Okay, so this is a game, I'm pretty sure we were the first to play in the division. This is game 1, week 1. And yeah, he brought pretty much the team I expected, except Nihilego. I think maybe I would have brought Nihilego over Breloom, but because like it's really good, especially with like Meteor Beam and Beast Boost speed. However, Breloom was still like really good. Good into Kyurem with fighting moves, good into Feeny as well with Bullet Seed, and good into Kartana. So like I see the merit in Breloom. Maybe you can make a case for replacing Landorus T with Nihilego, but like Landorus T is Landorus T. It can come to every game, even against you know, a Kyurem. Like it could have Scarf or Yachi Berry. So yeah. But obviously, like I said, Bronzong, my dedicated lead. So I led that first turn into his Dragapult, and I decided I can always get up rocks on any other Pokemon. Like nothing on the team kills me, except I guess Banded Landorus, but that like I didn't expect Banded Landorus, and I don't think he would immediately expect Heat Proof instead of Levitate. So here I click Payback in hopes of Dragapult hitting with a Shadow Ball, and it does. And 38% means that it is Specs, so that was good to know from the start. And then Payback does 67 back, and it doesn't kill, but it's good damage, and because I know it's Specs, I know that I can bring in Kyurem to live a hit, and then I can sort of gain, sort of like make progress with whatever comes in. And this Shadow Ball does like 29, which is so surprising. Like I know I'm AV, but it's still crazy like how little that did. I think here I click Earth Power, expecting like Scizor for the most part. I didn't expect Heaton to come in this early. I could have maybe I clicked Ice Beam as well, just because it's like good neutral. But click Earth Power, it does 30 only, and then here I bring in Tapu Fini so I could get the jump on Mega Scizor. It just bullet punches here, which is good for me because it means it doesn't have an SD up. I think I taunt. Oh no, I Draining Kiss. I don't know why did I Draining Kiss? Maybe I expected Breloom. I don't know, but that was a bad click from me. I should have just taunted. But I Draining Kiss a Clefable. I Whirlpool Clefable because that's another thing that I could trap. And it reveals as Cosmic Power, but I'm faster and I taunt it the next turn. And it gets chipped by Whirlpool, meaning that it is unaware and not Magic Guard. And so I just set up a few Calm Minds here. It stores power, it can't do much. Let's skip a few turns. And then yeah, it just gets stuck in this cycle of like Whirlpool Taunt. And then I think right about this turn where I Whirlpool and Taunt is where I start Calm Minding up, because I think like, okay, if I can Calm Mind up, then I can potentially sweep, especially if Breloom is slower than me, or if for whatever reason it isn't Bullet Seed loaded dice with Technician boosted. Is it this turn? Yeah, okay, so then, yeah, I Calm Mind up. And he keeps spamming Flamethrower since we're outside of Misty Terrain, and I mean, it's like the best thing he can do, because he doesn't want to, he wants to stop the leftovers healing from Feeny, so burn chance is always good. And I think, is it this turn? Yeah, so this turn I prove that I truly am a draft player, because I completely don't read, don't miss, don't see the fact that it's no longer taunted, and I just Calm Mind up, which gives it a turn to Moonlight. And while yes, I still win this interaction because there's no way I can lose this, it just lets Clef have more chances to burn me, which I think 2 turns later it does, yeah. And I even wrote in the chat I'm a draft player. But yeah, so that like was a misplay for me. That sucks. But still, I win the interaction. Whirlpool, Draining Kiss, yeah. And then he brings in Scizor. I missed the Whirlpool on Scizor, and I think, okay, that's fine. But now I have to like Kiss to get it to full HP so that I don't get too accured by Bullet Punch. And I mean, Draining Kiss 24, like 24% still good damage considering that it's resisted, only 50 base power, and yeah, I am +4, but still good damage. I think that shows that Whirlpool would do like 40 or like 35%, something like that. I think this turn, yeah, so it roost, and then the next turn I taunt because I don't want it to get a chance to roost again or Swords Dance. And then I Whirlpool, right? He Bullet Punches does 41. I miss Whirlpool again, and now things are looking a bit dicey. He Bullet Punches again, and I think I land this one, and it does, yeah, 36, okay. So this is good, and it's taunted, so it can't roost. Oh, now the taunt is done, and Feeny dies as well. I bring in the Kartana, and he switches out, and when he switched out here, I thought that must mean that Scizor doesn't have CC, because I feel like you always stay there, unless maybe he was worried about Choice Banded Kartana killing. Maybe that does kill max HP, max defense Scizor, but my mind is also plagued right now with TIMID Kartana calcs, so I'm not quite sure. But I did think, okay, so this must mean that Scizor is Swords Dance, Roost, Bullet Punch, maybe Knockoff Last, not CC. And if that's the case, then that means Kartana can always 1v1 it, and might even be able to like clean this game up. He brings in Heatom on the turn that I Swords Dance, and then I have to switch out, go to Karen Black, my best answer, into Heatom. He overheats, it does 29 only. I think here Earth Power, yeah, and he does a really good switch into Breloom. But because Breloom revealed that it's Poison Heal, I know that means it's not Technician, and because I'm at 116 defense EVs, I actually live a Mach Punch. But I go into Bronzong here because I figured this is a turn that I can get my rocks up, and even if it spores, Bronzong is the one I care about the least. It's, you know, done its job, chip, bolt, and I'm not really going to get a better chance than this right now to get rocks up, so even if it gets slept, it's fine. So he Mach Punches, it does a measly 16, and then I get rocks up on the Heatom, and because I'm heat proof, I figure I can just live with this overheat and payback. He defogs, so my payback does like nothing. And then here I get rocks up again because I'm like, okay, well, I prioritize rocks up way more than chipping Heatom, and because I'm slower, I can just keep spamming Stealth Rocks and he can't defog them. I bring in Kieran Black the next turn, and here I was thinking, okay, he might expect me to expect Breloom to come in and click Ice Beam, so he might stay in. But also, because I really want to keep these rocks up, it just seems like all the more reason to click Earth Power here with my Terravolt. And I do click it and it does stay in, so that's good. Now he brings in Breloom, and here I figure I don't want to switch into anything, and I know because it's Poison Heal that I can actually live Mach Punch, and I can kill back with Ice Beam. So that's what happens. He clicks Mach Punch, I live, Ice Beam kills back, that's 2 kills for Jack Black. He brings in the Scizor, he Bullet Punches me, I just stay in because I figure I don't want Scizor to get a chance to SD or Roost. I think he still could have done that, because if regular Scizor took 30, then that means Mega Scizor takes even less from Earth Power. So he could have done that. Maybe he was worried about Fusion Bolt killing, which is fair, even though I haven't revealed it yet. But thankfully he clicks Bullet Punch, which keeps Scizor low. And here I bring in Kartana, and I figure, okay, I can SD. Again, he switches out Scizor, definitely revealing that it's not CC, at least in my opinion. Andres gets the Intimidate off, I SD on that turn he switches in, and it reveals to be Leftovers. Now because it's Leftovers, I'm pretty sure like Spec Slanders can kill Kartana because of how shit its Spit F is. It's like, it's so like, hilariously weak. Maybe with max HP I would have lived, but because it's lefties, I'm not worried about like a Sandsteer Storm or a Earth Power. Even if Sandsteer Storm burns me, I actually have Longberry, so you know, calculate. And I know that it has Hammer Arm, but there's no way that it kills me because I'm max HP Kartana, and Kartana has really good Fizz Def anyways. So I just stay in and I click Leaf Blade, and does 74, which is a lot considering that it's +1 Timid. As Earthquake only does 45, that's insane. And then I get the Leaf Blade, and thankfully, Beast Boost speed happens, and Kartana goes on its sweep, kills Scizor with Sacred Sword, and get +2 speed now, and then kill Dragon Ball Smart Strike, yeah. So we managed to do it with Timid Cart, the first time trying it, the first week, and it won me the game. I was really happy with this with the game, and just with Kartana sweeping. And I even typed in all caps at the end of the game, Timid Cart. I don't know what the hell Stan and LPT were talking about in this game, but yeah, GG's to Units. This is a really good start for the league.